Hello there people, yes it is me, Nilsy, and I am back for a response. I've been trying to get this up for the last day or two, but for some reason the video just won't upload to YouTube, and I've been trying to use my laptop to do it, so I don't know whether it's something with my laptop, or it's a server on YouTube, or I don't know, but I haven't been able to upload a video at all. It just isn't doing anything, it's just dead. So this is my chance. I'm going to redo the video and just see if it's just a server problem that's occurred on my end. But anyways, yeah, like I said, this is a response video, and it's a response video to Damn You Hussie, I think it's Damn You Hussie, but it's more of a direct one to skullgrin140 on his response to Damn You Hussie. So I'm responding to Sammy's. So yes, the subject was the future of the community, and what you would like to see happen in the future, what you would like to see more of. But at the moment I would just like to take a few minutes. It's basically my opinion on the way things are at the moment with the community. The community has changed dramatically within the time period that I've been around. I've been around for about 4 or 5 years now. I started back in, it was a different channel I was on, but I was called Nosy. I think I was called Nosy00 or something. I think my first proper channel where I started Transformer reviews and stuff was called Nosy00. But I've had about 3 or 4 different channels, and 2 of them I had to close, and now I've got 2 more on the go. So I've had 4 channels in that period. But yeah, since I've been in the community and doing reviews, within about 4 or 5 years or so, I've seen a dramatic change within the community. In what I mean is that it's not a bad change, but it's kind of a, well, I'm saying it's not a bad change, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of worrying in a way, because as you can see is that Hasbro are basically pissing around at the moment with certain figures not being released in the UK due to that there's not enough. Apparently, this is completely going off topic, but apparently according to them, as many people will already know this, according to them, that the UK, they're not getting enough sales. So because of that, the UK aren't getting many of the exclusives that America are getting. Hence why we've only got the standard crappy Dark of the Moon and Revenge of the Fallen lines at the moment. Very few Generations, which everybody's after. Generation and Reveal the Shield are the 2 big lines at the moment. Dark of the Moon is a real hit and miss. I've got a couple of Dark of the Moon figures, and they're alright, but not fantastic, and that's the whole movie line in general, is just crap anyway, except for 1 or 2 alright figures. But it's annoying is that because of that, the community are now, it's quite dire now to see new fresh stuff in your area, because even America is struggling to get a lot of Transformers as well. So it's not just us over here, it's everywhere's struggling. Everywhere where I've seen on reviewers saying that my area just not getting anything in at all, so they're having to ask people that live in different states in America, or over here in the UK, people are asking people like in London or in Birmingham or in Sheffield or wherever they live, asking people, you know, is this figure in your area, could you get me it please and send me it? So people are having to delve to that position where they're asking people to buy the figure for them and send it to them, obviously paying postage and paying for the, obviously paying them back obviously, But that's how it's having to stoop to at the moment, is people having to ask people to get that for them, or we have to pay import charges from Japan, from America, etc. on eBay and Amazon. Or we can, hopefully, if it's not too bad, we can actually go to like Kapow Toys, which is, you know, you can buy Transformers off, which is UK based. Obviously, yes, you have to pay post and package, but they ideally have some of the best Transformer lines on there, and they mostly are always in stock anyways. Same with all the cool stuff as well, which is another UK online Transformer and toy store in general. But, you know, we do have those amenities to get these figures, but yet we still have to pay import, we have to pay post and packing, we have to pay twice as much as we would in a store. Because, like in Toys R Us, the prices for a figure are like £15. For a deluxe it's 15 quid, about £15, but £12.99, 13 quid to say. And I'd rather just pay the price in the store than having to pay for post and packing, or for import charges, or for what import tax, we want to call it. So you could be paying like twice as much for just one figure that will probably cost you just under 15 quid in your local store. And this is where the argument's coming from, and because of that, a lot of community members in the Transformer community are finding it hard to get new figures, and finding it hard to review anything new, any new material. So obviously they've got stuff to review, which is stuff that's been piled up for quite a while. You know, stuff they haven't put up on the channel yet. So a lot of people have to change, or have to go, oh well, what else do I collect? Oh, Gundams, say. So people have to go and review Gundams for a short period of time until they can get a figure, a Transformer again, or whatever. So the community has changed in that respect, and the community is still the same in the way that everybody's like a family, which means I'm glad that has not changed, where you can literally just approach anybody. You can just ask anybody, like Sammy here that I'm reviewing, that I'm responding to this video to. You know, he is probably one of the most kindest people. Well, there's loads of really nice people on YouTube, but he is one of them that's helped me through my very early period on here on YouTube and getting me noticed, etc. And I owe him a lot. I owe him a lot for doing that. And I never asked him to do that. He just did it off the kind of his heart. And everybody's kind of like that, because everyone's like a family. Everybody knows everybody. So like Jared Wolfgang 1, if I asked him his advice on a figure or something, he would very nicely, or most likely, tell me, yeah, it's a good figure, no, it's not a good figure, where I can probably get it from him, most likely send me a link over email or through Facebook or Twitter or whatever. So, you know, everybody is nice like that. You can ask people for advice, and that's what I love about the community. And that has not changed, and I'm glad that has not changed. Yes, you get your rotten apples, and everybody knows who them rotten apples are within the community. They're not, like, hidden, you know, we know them. Everybody knows who the rotten eggs are within the community. But you get that with every community. Everything you do, wherever you work, you always get the rotten apple, the person that's going to try and spoil it for you. But that goes for everything. But the main 90% of the community are all straight, nice people. So it's a brilliant community to be a part of, and I'm glad that's not changed. And I'm hoping in the future it will stay the same, and I think it will do. I think those rules and regulations with everybody, I think it will change. It'll stay where it is, because we've got a lot of quite good people that are trying to keep the community within check. Always welcoming new people, new reviewers, and the next generation of Transformer collectors or Masters of the Universe or DC, etc. Always welcoming new people and always trying to help them out if they need it. And that is fantastic. But yes, that is kind of my thoughts on it. But trying to go into it again is that, well, stuff that has definitely changed, and the future is definitely more cyber when it comes to the community. Forums and podcasts have been around for a long time, so they're not new. They are quite an old thing, but they are, you know. But the community are kind of going away from YouTube a little bit now, so you barely see any new video. Well, you do see videos, but it's more done in on an online community, as Full Metal Hero, the Full Metal Hero podcast, and Back to the 80s podcast, and all the podcasts and the forums, etc. So a lot of the fans kind of use a lot of their time on the forums more than on YouTube. But like 5 years ago when I first started, YouTube was the main meetup place for all reviewers. The Moonbase 2 podcast was still around at that point, but I only just found that out about 4 years ago, about the Moonbase 2 podcast. And then obviously now that's changed, now come the Full Metal Hero. So it's forever changing, and it's getting more cyberverse than anything. But I don't see that as a bad thing. I see that as a good thing, because you can keep in contact with people due to private mail and private messaging or whatever. And you know, you can post things of interest that's interest to you up there and stuff. So it's a good thing in that respect. But it has definitely changed in the way that podcasts and forums have definitely come king. Within the more king than they used to be. Podcasts and forums, you didn't really know much of them. Forums and podcasts have been around for a long time, but within the community when I first started, nothing was really mentioned about podcasts and forums. But then, as it's got like 5 years later, we're now here, and it's literally forums and podcasts are king of all, just about of every single community of people. So like if you're like a Digimon fan, there's tons and tons of forums for that. Code Lyoko, tons. Bleach, tons. Dragon Ball Z, tons. Every single community, there's tons of them. So it's just completely wiped off the face of the earth so everything's been put on a shelf, put out the way in the storage unit, and that's completely just taken completely over now. But could be a bad thing, could be a good thing, because forums sometimes, depending on where you go, forums can be good places and bad places. And another real quick thing I want to just bring up, reviews have gone down the Swanee. There are people still reviewing, but a lot of people are sick of seeing people reviewing the same thing. And again, I will go back to 5 years ago. 5 years ago, that was not a problem. A lot of people was like welcoming it. You know, we want to see. I mean, there's still people out there in the community today that think the same way, like I'm saying, where shit, just killed Pterosaur. Some people in the community do still generally like to see more people's opinion on a figure, so that they can kind of say, yeah, I'll go and get it then, because a lot of people said, yeah, it's good, etc. Or bad, whatever like that. So, but now a lot of people thought, well, it's old now. We want originality. We want people to review something that we may not have seen before, something like a really rare figure, like Cobra Commander TFW Andy. He reviews some very rare figures, mainly Japanese toys from, I don't know, I've never heard of them before. And I don't know what they are. They're like just like robot figures, but they're not like, I can't see them being Transformers or anything, but they're not nothing Transformer related, but they're like a real like oldish toy line from Japan. And obviously they're nowhere, they're not in the UK, they're not in America, so they're definitely imported or exported from Japan, etc. So he brings forward, and he gets the views for that, because it's something that's not been seen before, and it's an interesting subject what he's bringing up. And I'd like to see more of that, because like I said, this is also what you would like to see more of. And I'd like to see people bringing new, fresh figures that, like, we've never seen before. Like, oh well, you know, but you don't see many people reviewing it. So, like, say, there's something like you've seen on eBay, and you're like, well, I've never seen that being reviewed before. Get it, review it. You never know, you might get a lot of people liking it, might backfire, but that's the juggling act with being a reviewer. Some people will like that video you put up, some people will hate it. It's a balancing act with it all, you know. So I think I'd like to see more of that in the future. I'd like to see more people reviewing things that we've never seen before, or something that's ultra rare that you may never be able to get in your lifetime, except for paying good money, you know, but to get it. And I've seen quite a few people, like Andy Cobra Commander, he does it, and quite a lot of other people. I can't remember names now, my head's gone. But I would also like to see more people, like Sammy said, he mentioned about me in his video, basically people going around their area and looking what toys are available, what Transformers are available in their area, etc. And I did that not quite a while. It was quite a while ago. I think that was last year, very late last year. I did one of those. I need to do another one of them, but I think that was like last year, very late on. I think it was just before Christmas or after my birthday or something. I don't know. It was last year for definite, or it could have been very early this year. Can't remember, but it's nearly a year ago since I did one of them. And I'd like to see other people doing that more as well, because I've seen a few people like Corey, Sportswolf3, and also I think Mike Mouth 74. I think he's done a couple, and I think Clint Seaspray, I think he's done some. I can't remember anyone else, but I've seen a few people doing it, but I'd like to see people in the UK participating. I haven't seen many people. I've seen a lot of people from the States doing it, but hardly anybody from the UK. So I'd like to see what's going on in the UK, because obviously I can't really go to the US and go shopping there, because I ain't got the money to do that, and it's completely like, well, I'm watching it, but yeah, cool, you got all that in your country, but what about our country? What about the UK? What is available in the UK? And I'd like to see more people, basically, like, if you live in Birmingham, live in Sheffield, live wherever, you know, go around Toys R Us if you've got one near you, or a toy shop or anything, and report on what's coming up. Just, you know, take a camera in with you. Well, try and be low key as you can, because obviously some places will chuck you out for terrorism. Threats to terrorism or something if you've got a camera on you, so you've got to be careful with that. But you know, just, you know, subtly go into a toy shop and just, yeah, well, this is what we've got, not very good. Then obviously we know the situation's bad in the UK. I think everywhere's the same in the UK, but there is certain places in the UK that are getting more than we are. The bloody French. I went to somewhere called Debugger, I think it was Debugger or something like that, last year. I went on a Pinot ferry, and I went to this. This was during, I think, Revenge of the Fall. No, this was longer. I think this was during when Revenge of the Fallen, a good few months after Revenge of the Fallen was out of cinema or something. And I went on a P&O ferry and went to France, Debugger, I think that's what the place is called. And we went to this massive, I'd never seen something so big, this ginormous supermarket within this like shopping centre. And we went in there and I thought, I'll just go and have a look around, see if there's any toys in here, anything interesting. Obviously had games, obviously I won't buy any games from there because they're obviously all in French. So I went round and I found a toy aisle, and I went down it and I was like, my God, you never see anything like this where we are. And literally nowhere had this figure except for certain parts. Hull never had it for months after I bought it from there. And it was Human Alliance Sideswipe. Yes, it's a crap figure. Now that I've got it, it's not very good. It's detailed, but awful figure. It's with like transform and stuff. But nowhere else had that figure in the UK. Only certain parts. Hull never. Well, where I live, Hull, we never got that figure for months until months after I bought it from that place. And there was loads. There was Human Alliance, Bumblebee. Well, we had Bumblebee. We never had Sideswipe. They had Bumblebee. They had Human Alliance Sideswipe. They had loads of like activators, and we don't have any activators except for the Dark of the Moon line. I think they brought activators out for the Dark of the Moon line, and they're crap. But I like the activators they brought out for the animated line, and they had loads of those, and I haven't seen any of them in Hull. They had a lot of Revenge of the Fallen and 07 movie. 07 movie is scarce now. I've never seen any 07 movie in shops. They had tons of stuff, tons and tons of Transformers that we had never got in Hull. And with Toys R Us being a major toy store, I thought we would have got them. Like I was saying, I'm going off topic. I would like to see more people do that, you know, in the UK mainly. You know, show what's available within our toy stores. What else would I like to see more of? I don't know really. I think I'd like to see more game reviews. Very few people do any game reviews. A lot of people are like, well, we don't go down that route, I just do toys, which is fine. If it's not your forte, then don't do it. Don't force yourself to do something that you're not comfortable with doing. I don't do that. I only do things that I'm comfortable with doing. But I'd like to see people that can do it. And like I can do it at the moment, but I can do it at the moment, but I'm still, you know, messing and tinkering around with the new software that I've got. So because I've got like a game capture software, and I can record 360 and PS3 game capture while I'm playing games, and I'm trying to tinker with that to try and do game reviews in the future, but I've not been able to really do it properly. But yes, but I'd like to. They're the three main things I'd like to see more in the future. I can't think of anything else. But yes, I'm going to leave it there, people, because I've ratted on for quite a while, and I think I've put a lot of people to sleep. I think I've destroyed a lot of morale while I've been doing this video. But yes, so that's what I think of the future of the community and what I would like to see in the future in the community. So yes, thank you very much, people, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back very shortly with more. Cheers.